Hello, welcome to the Diamond Lounge. You hear me, your host, Donnie C, and of course...
What is new? It's your boy, Scrappy Doo.
I like how it gets more mute. Like you tone it down a little bit every week. But we have two very special guest hosts with us here today, our podcast family members. We have Miss Bailey, because I'm going to do ladies first. Miss Bailey from... Wait a minute. I want to
know that's real?
Thank you. I was like, I said it wrong earlier. So, You Know That's Real podcast, one half of that podcast. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing well. It's a fine Saturday over here in Seattle. How about you?
Look, we got all the rain, so it's not that fine. But we're going to make it. And we have our very male opinionated podcast family member, Mr. Gabe from Ultimate Black Man. Hello.
What is going on? How y'all doing?
We are lovely, sir.
All good over here.
Good.
So, this is our relationship show. We try to do one at the end of every month. And today, Black America has given us a lot to talk about on black relationships. Okay? We're gonna touch on. I want to start with someone who I feel like we can get past real quick because they kind of old. But so the Will and Jada and August dynamic, and I wanted to talk about them because they opened up a world that I feel like black people have been living in for a long time, but it's always been behind the scenes, and that's this whole threesome, polygamy kind of, I know what you doing on the side, I don't care kind of relationship thing that has been happening in black families for really any family, but like I said, we focus on black. So it's been happening in black families since way back with Big Mama and them, okay? However, I feel like it's garnishing so much attention right now because, oh my God, the woman had a side man. Ooh, she did something. That's big. That's drastic. Oh, she's this, she's that. So, what are y'all feelings about that? Because when you watch the interview, Will looked hurt, but he was trying to be strong. But he had that little one Denzel tear in his eye, like, baby, just go ahead and let it drop. But how y'all feel about it?
Who wants to?
I'll let me first.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, all jokes aside, I feel there was nothing really wrong with her getting her swerve on, especially if her and Will were supposedly broken up as they're trying to allow us to believe.
Thank you. That's what that's what they saying.
Yes,
ma'am. So therefore, we have no reason to dispute that. They both claimed they were separated. He was done with her, whatever. So, and let's not forget, people have been saying for the longest they have an open marriage. It's funny to me how no one had a problem with them having an open marriage when they thought Will was out there getting his. You know, and all the men was like, man, I wish I had a wife like Jada. Will got it good. He got an open marriage. He can do what he want to do. Pump your brakes. It's Jada getting out there.
I looked at it as both ways, not just, Will get to do what he want to do. I looked at it
but I'm just saying, like, the backlash she getting for it being proven that she got out there is it's a whole different conversation.
Oh, it'd been worse if it was Will. It'd been worse if it was Will.
No, it wouldn't have been.
Oh, man, hell no.
No, it wouldn't have been.
If it was
Do
Will,
you
man.
think it's the backlash because of what she did or who she did it with?
Who she did it with, because of the fact that, it's been a saying out there that when they brought him in together, that he stayed with them for a while they was still together, and that happened after they both had split up. So that's what, what I didn't see or what I heard or whatever.
See, I don't know about it. I'm talking about what they spoke on.
But the point is, if it's somebody y'all brought in together, trying to help out this broken person or this, that, or third, and then when you split apart, and then it's supposed to be whatever bond that him and your son got. Now that's the problem I have with. But she's single, she can do what she want. But the person she did it with, that's the problem.
People try to make a bond between August and Jay. I ain't seen August and Jaden hanging out ever.
No,
how are they friends?
I'm not saying they were friends. I'm sitting there saying if they took them in, they said that August stayed with them, right? For a certain amount of time. So if they trying to help him out, so of course they probably treating him like a son also. as one of their kids.
They treat
right?
him like a grown man in their house.
As one of their kids, which are grown too. So it's like so
Who
you get
say,
treated
see,
as
but
well.
I'm saying like it's the wording because y'all keep want to put a certain type of wording on it. Semantics matter because y'all keep want to try to word it a certain way to make it worse. Like, oh, these are one of your kids. He's like a child to you. No, he was a grown man in their house.
I'm not saying about the age difference and all that. I'm not even worried
But
about
see,
that.
but that's why I said,
I'm
but it
just saying
does
the type
matter.
of person who it is to. Like I said, y'all brought him in as a couple. Regardless of his age, he could have been a grown man. Y'all brought somebody in as a couple to help try to fix this person for the better, and then she ended up with this dude. Then it started me like goddamn, like hold on, now hold the fuck up. Like why it had to be him out of everybody you could have fucked with? Why it had to be the person that we brought in?
This is why they say when you marry. I'm not married, so. Miss Bailey, you married. So what I've always heard about when you're married is you watch who you bring around your spouse. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
When you don't bring single people just to willy-nilly around your spouse.
The same thing with how when we, my friend or my sister, it had to be her. Anybody, it had to be her. It's just like the same.
No, that's a friend. So you talking about that's different. That go
friend
different.
or sister, it's still the same.
Hold on. Somebody been real quiet. Someone who I know is very opinionated, been real quiet. So Gabe, hey babe.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just waiting on y'all to get on through.
No,
Oh, Lord.
I want you to jump in on this real quick because we got to move past them. They supposed to be old news. We got to move past them. So go ahead.
All right, so I'll try to make it quick. First off, there was no open marriage. That was obvious in how Will reacted. Okay, so there was no open marriage. That's the first thing. The second thing is, and again, I know we're trying to move past this, because I did 2 shows on this. I went in. I think this is it was a bad look on the part of black women. Because Jada is saying, all right, yeah, I was out here, I was in an entanglement with someone who's young enough to be my son's age, and I don't really feel bad about it. My husband is sitting here hurting. I'm actually making light of this situation. I'm embarrassing my husband, and black women were cheering it on. So it really was not a good look for black women as a whole. It was a black eye. This is why a lot of black men are not dedicating themselves or wanting to be serious with black women because of the train of thought that a lot of sisters have in this country.
No.
Why would I want to settle down with a woman who is co-signing this kind of whole behavior? She is sleeping with someone who is not only physically ill, but he's also having emotional and mental issues as well. And she thought it was okay to sleep with this man because she wanted to feel something. She wanted to feel needed. And so it also sent a message to black men that black men just aren't enough. Will Smith is worth $300 million. And even though he has all this money, he is one of the most respected Hollywood actors, ever. He will go down as one of the best actors to ever do it. And it still is not enough for black women.
Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. I have to stop you real quick, just for a second, because you made a lot of blanket statements, and okay. So for one, to say you put Will Smith on a complete victim role, and I'm not with that because. For one, no one knows the workings of their marriage. From the jump of her red table talk, Jada has talked about how she has felt miserable, throughout her marriage. No one knows what was going on in their marriage. To say he was just this man that just got blindsided and he was doing all this for his marriage, and this woman, she just didn't you don't know what was going on in their marriage, for one. Two, they both said, whether you want to believe it or not, they weren't in a place of being together when she got with him. They both were saying that.
Which is a lie, but okay.
Like I said, whether society wants to believe it or not, these are their words, that they were not together. And to me, it coincides with what she has been saying about their marriage, of the fact that they have had ups and downs and, hard, difficult times. So it kind of makes sense. I can believe that they weren't together during this. This is one of their down times, because she's already said that way before this scandal broke, that they've had moments. So it does make sense that maybe this was one of those times they weren't together. But to sit here and say that because black women are saying, not, I guess, coming to her defense or whatever because of what they both said, that's the only reason why I'm coming to her defense. They both sat there and said they were not together. I don't believe in separated marriages. I would not mess with anybody that's separated in a marriage. You either married or divorced. I don't believe in that separation stuff. But if that's what you want to claim, there is a whole population of people that will be out there that will get with someone that's separated, knowing that they still are married, and think nothing of it. And then there are consequences and repercussions after that because that is still a married person. That's not a male female thing. That's just this is what happens when you mess with married people.
See, and I look at it. I look at it as separated. To me, all right, she free to do whatever she want. Will free to do whatever he wanted. I think, and then everybody knew by all the pictures and everything right there. So Will could not know that they had something going on based off the pictures and shit that was out there. So, and he already probably knew what I was probably going on. It's just the fact that the shit got out. So now he probably like, you should be better controlling your hoes.
That's what I think. That's what I think.
It's an embarrassment thing right now.
You should be, so, and then by them being actors and actresses as well, it's like they have to sell it to the masses to look sad and all this whatever. Because I can never take an actress or actor serious because they know how to. They can fool the world if they want to.
And everybody knows Will Smith can cry at the drop of a dime.
And so to see all that, I'm
Good
like,
point.
With the people like, oh look, he's so hurt, I'm like, he knew. He already knew all this shit.
So he playing his role.
So why the fuck would he be heartbroken and hurt all of a sudden, like right now, like, yeah, number two, like I just found out, like hell the fuck now. He been knew that shit and all that already.
To me, it looked like he was trying to rush that red table shit so he can go back to his
yeah,
baby.
man, that's all it is. That's all
Go
shit.
back to his
like,
real life.
Come on, man, let's get this shit over with, and all this. Because even the little corny cheese and shit at the end, married marriage for life, all that shit is goddamn.
I was like, I'd never want to get married with that. Like that's
premeditated. So it's like man, all that shit really was just hey man, let's go ahead and do this shit for the world. We gotta say something. Go ahead and say something. Get this shit over with.
Oh, but I think it's okay. I think it's two different things going on here. I think even if, for example, let's say we're taking their story at face value, I think Gabe's issue is the fact that he doesn't think whether or not the story is legit or not. I guess he doesn't think that black women should be reacting the way they are, like even if it's not.
That was embarrassing for black.
I think it's embarrassing who she did it with, because it's kind of like makes her look kind of predatory to me. Like, why are you messing with this little?
It's not kind of predatory. It is predatory. That's the thing. And black women were co-signing it. And the whole world is watching sister saying, "You go, Jada." That was very predatory.
I didn't see one girl say, "You go, Jada."
To that factor, it would have been a bunch of those going on.
What? He's physically sick. And you gonna take it upon yourself to take advantage of him, talking about something you just wanted to feel wanted and needed. And come on now. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
But the thing is, she was broken too. Like, I don't know, when you say predatory,
You're broken and you're married to a $300 million man.
that has money, because money has nothing to do with being broken.
Yeah, it had to do with that
at all.
But I think
tell me how Jada was.
Because
no, we're gonna talk about how she's on Red Table Talk trying to fix everybody else, and she's so broken.
But that's the thing. See,
that,
but
that,
you know what?
That too.
But when you talk about Red Table Talk, what is Jada? Is she any kind of license anything? No, she is just a woman that got on the table, like how we have podcasts. She is just a woman that says she felt like she had something to say, got on table, on TV with a red table, and people held her as a mecca, like so the next Oprah or something. That's on people. That's on people. That's not on her. All she was doing was bringing to you basically what her therapy sessions. She was bringing her therapy sessions that she learned and bringing that to the masses. And she says that throughout. Like, this is what I learned here. This is what I've experienced. This, like, she's always said this is her life. She presents her life as a broken mess, and what she's learned from it. People reacting to that and coming to that like it's like she just spoke a holy word. That's because this world is broken, and when broken people hear, they speak to each other. So that's why it's easier for two broken people to relate and understand and connect because they feel like they understand each other. So her and August were just broken people connecting.
But I don't have a problem with her messing with August.
Wait, hold on.
Let me say this. Why is it that when, and this is really bad with black women, why is it all the time they mention healing, it has to involve dropping draws? Like she wanted to heal herself, so in order to heal herself, she needed to go hop on some penis and drop her draws. Like,
That has not always been what black women's reaction.
Hey, he's acting like that's not black men.
A shoulder to the
That's
crown.
Thank you.
A shoulder to the crown is a dick to ride on.
That's all black men do.
Thank you. That's a black man thing. That's not black women.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Gay, dude.
I had to heal myself, so I'm finna, drop it low.
That's what men do. That's always
All
been
the
y'all
time.
answer. Every time y'all get mad at your woman or y'all going through something, y'all whenever men cheat, one of the first things they love to say is you weren't fulfilling this. I was feeling neglect. I wasn't being heard. I wasn't so it's not a game. You opened the door, baby. You took out the box. You rolled the dice. I'm just ready to play
it's
with
the same
you.
thing. Women cheat too. When they cheat too, it's the same thing. They sit there say you wasn't there for me physically and all that shit.
I was trying to heal myself, and that involved backing it.
So now y'all see how stupid that sound, right?
Right.
You see how stupid that sound? Okay.
I've been knowing that shit sounds. Nobody ain't worried about that part. Like I say, I'm not even worried about it being August.
never
Like I
heard
say,
this-
it's the point that them both bring him in together. Them both.
Wait, hold
ain't
on.
nothing
Too
to-
many people.
Right now.
Huh?
Y'all never heard the saying men don't heal, they hoe?
Thank you. I don't know why he tripping. He trying to play, baby.
Right.
Mr. Tricking, come on now.
I ain't gonna really break it down for you, but I'm gonna let you have it.
But yeah, I can admit to that because a way of getting over a woman, you sit there, you think I have to be with other women, so my mind won't be
That's how men
her
think.
distracted. I'm not saying men. Me as a man, that's the way I thought.
Women don't.
So shit, I ain't gonna speak for all.
I think women do more than men.
Oh.
You keep trying to make this a man-woman thing, and that's why I didn't want to touch on it because I wanted to point out I don't understand how black men took this as some kind of attack against black men.
Because it
Right.
was. Because it was.
It's the same when it's the same.
Black men like me, square black men, good dudes, decent men, we see ourselves in Will Smith. So we're identifying with Will Smith. And again, Will Smith has all these accomplishments and it's still not enough for Jada. That's what y'all
What?
have.
Wait a minute.
So
What
if
about the
I was
many-
to point out, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, but I just want to say, what about the many instances when good women are cheated on all
Thank
the
you.
time
Woo!
for Instagram thoughts, strippers? Rashida's man had a baby on her and they were
Thank
together
you.
17 years. What are you talking about?
What
it
is it?
happens to women all the time.
Hello, please explain yourself.
Women with educations and homemakers doing everything for their man. They bring them up out the bottom, there for them when they was shooting in the gym, and then they cheat on them with a damn hussy all the time.
She's a hussy.
Yeah, I see it on mirror. I see it on mirror all the time
You know
too.
what is going on in those households?
Oh, really? Now you don't know. We moving on. We moving on from now. So, cause Gabe is trying to play. Okay, so
Like, what?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you on some of them right there, Gabe. I have to keep my mind closed on a lot of it.
but with that foolishness, we come to the Meg and Torrey foolishness. All right.
Oh, damn.
So this is another
shit.
dynamic. Their story isn't all the way out because they still hush mouth. I think he's still in jail. She ain't really like. So we really don't know.
They were saying he was out.
Is he? I don't know. I don't really follow
You
that.
probably get extradited.
So, but the story that is out is she was trying to leave him. He didn't want her to go, so he shot her in the foot. That is the story.
I
Again,
heard another story too.
what story did you hear?
I heard another story that she was beating his ass.
I ain't never heard
I
that.
heard that one. I only heard the only two stories I heard. I heard. I'm not justifying nothing, but I'm saying I heard too that she was whooping his ass, and then he had pulled out the gun and all.
That's
that
new. I ain't heard that one. So, but anyway, the thing is, with that being said, I was gonna not even touch on their story. Didn't care. Like, that's celebrity foolishness. However, the reaction again to that, very polarizing, men versus women, and I don't understand that because you have a group of men, black men, celebrating the fact that he shot her. This how you treat hot girl. This is what you do. Get them together. All that kind of like and advocating like that's a good thing. So that's
Right.
my problem with this. Why is it that it's okay to even make light of, especially in the era of we realize domestic violence is a real thing and it's a problem. Why is it okay to make light of the fact that someone shot somebody when they were trying to leave them as, justifiable excuse?
It ain't justifiable at all. Whether it was vice versa or whatever the case may be. If nobody ain't physically threatening you, like physically trying to harm you, is no reason to pull out a weapon of whatever to do any type of physical harm on somebody else. So from that standpoint, to me, like I say, cause by us not knowing the story, I can't even just say what I really want to say because I don't even have not one clue of really what happened.
And I can
especially getting shot in the foot from inside the car. Like, I don't even understand how even all that.
I feel like he thought he was Eddie Murphy. It's like I think he was reliving Harlem Nights and like I'm gonna get you.
I don't understand how all that happened. Like, I'm like, well, how she got shot in the foot? Like, I mean, like how is? I don't understand. It's a whole bunch of holes in that story that I just like. I'm confused and I can't speak on it how I want to because I don't know.
Whole bunch of holes in her foot.
But so what?
Wow.
But then I mean, and to make it take it one step further, because this is where it gets disturbing to me. From like I said, going just the domestic violence of it all. You have someone like Drea who try to glorify it's a cute thing. Like I want someone to love me like that or want me like that or be whatever. Y'all didn't hear?
Oh,
No,
I didn't hear about that.
I wish I wish I would have had that clip. I thought that was viral already. So she was on someone else's show or podcast and made a statement of how she thought it played out in her head, but she started off with this. That's what I want. I want that kind of love. Like, want me that bad that you shoot me if I try to leave. And the host even tried to stop her. He was like, do you hear yourself? Like, hold on. And she repeated it. And he was like, okay, you about to go viral. And it did.
And she confusing that with somebody you see me trying to leave to fight for our.
That's what she tried to clear it up to say.
You confusing that with that, like, like, nah, motherfucker, don't shoot me because I'm leaving.
Yeah, like that's not how you don't get violent.
If you got that type of love for me and all that shit, I do not want it. If you can bring it to your, thought to physically harm me, I do not want that type of love. Like,
that's like that girl that blew up that car.
What do y'all? Oh damn! What do y'all think about the fact that she won't tell though?
That there's more to the story.
Or that she wants
I feel like she's like how Rihanna got beat up in that car and stayed silent. She didn't. I mean, has she ever talked? Like, has she ever really?
That's a good point.
Has she ever really fully told it? I think there is more to that story. I think she probably did do something or whatever and doesn't want to. But at the end of the day, it's still not. It still doesn't justify him.
Because even with that one, I heard that she was beating his ass while he was driving, and he reacted. So I'm like, I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
3 times his size,
and that's what it made me think.
Yeah.
What's up, Gabe? We make you mad last time. You ain't got nothing to say.
Oh no, I'm just waiting on y'all to finish. So listen, with the Torrey thing, I'm actually doing a video. It's coming out tomorrow, saying that Tory Lanez does not speak for competent men. He speaks for simps, suckers, and losers. Because dudes, men in general, and this is a problem. Donnie, we was on our show the other night. I said I'm starting to notice how like these men being overly aggressive is becoming a problem, especially in Black society. When a woman does not want you, okay, let's just say that's the correct narrative, right? If a woman does not want you, you have to learn to leave women like that alone. You just charge into the game. And like shooting her in the foot, that's silly. The fact that dudes were co-signing it online, it was very disappointing. And I don't know what's this infatuation with dudes getting violent with women that don't want them.
Do you think
I don't know what this thing is. It's really weird to me.
I think it's because this culture has adapted like some kind of fetish or romanticized idea of that whole beating up thing, like it's love. Like they put it in songs, like I'm gonna beat that up, and I'm like, you know what? How about you don't beat me up in any kind of way? How about we learn how to love each other and keep it at that? Like
then like you said, you got some women like Drea who like that type of shit.
Two people talking.
Yeah, men got to learn how to take L's. We don't know how to take L's properly. And if a woman is telling you, "I just don't want you," I mean, the next course of action should not be to shoot her in her foot. That's dumb as hell.
This is just
Now,
some. Oh, I'm sorry,
and
Gabe.
no, you're fine. That's just that narrative. Now, if the other narrative is true about her whooping that ass, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think she still deserves to get shot in the foot. But Tory Lanez is very petite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is he little? I don't know what he look
He's
like.
a little as
about
hell.
5'2", 5'3", or some shit like that.
That man
They
is
said he's like
5'2",
118 pounds.
pounds.
Y'all making
Yeah.
him like a leprechaun. Y'all just
Nah, they say he's short.
No, they said he's like
That
100 and
man
something
is
pounds.
Chick. He is built like a woman. So in men
Yeah.
Oh.
5'10", like a good 160, 170, men at least. Cause she's really tall. She's not fat or anything. She's just
she's
a
Amazon.
tall big girl.
It's
you know?
Amazon. But he
Ain't
really is like 5'5", like 118 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, he's super
Little.
tiny.
He's
So
What we about to
you know, I mean, she probably could get that work on his ass, and he may have shot her. You know, I don't know.
I mean,
but-
she is from
Yeah.
South Park.
Cause like I say, if you know, you don't, if nobody ain't threatening you, she ain't threatening you physically. You know what I'm saying, to that form, to that factor. Then like you say, a shot in the foot. Now you fuck around probably would have slapped her or something, like punched her or whatever, and she whooping your ass. That's almost be understandable because of you
Yeah.
defending yourself.
if that was if
that-
it was
if that-
self defense.
If it was self defense, you know, to that case. But
Let me tell you something. Can I say something, please, y'all?
Uh-huh.
Please. Are we ignoring the fact that this conversation should never be had in real life?
Thank
Like,
you.
What is going on?
That's why I'm saying like it's. I don't know.
Like, this is wild to me. This should never, in any circumstance, you should never just get
Yep.
your ass beat that day.
yeah, because like I was about to say, because then too with people like Drell who like that type of shit, it's a lot of those out there in the world that likes when a dude do that shit, and it's like on both parties it's wrong because you accepting it, you doing it and you accepting it, and then you like it, and then when somebody don't do it, you engage into them until they do it. It's like like. What the fuck? Like how you say, what
Look,
the fuck
I've
the
had
world
some
is coming
friends.
to where it's accepted that you will do it and you allow it too, and you embrace allowing it. Like,
Dre is too old to be like that. I will admit, when I was a young tenderoni, you know, I thought it was kind of
Please
sexy.
don't say you ever like getting hit, girl. What?
No, not hit. But I used to like seeing a man get fired up about me. Like, you know, like I would go out and if I do something, he get, you know. But I
You want a firm shake? Is that what you saying?
I want that. I want that yoke up.
Bailey likes belligerent men. That's what she's telling
No,
me.
no.
She with
I
the little
said
jack
when
up
I
on
was
the
a
wall
young-
and shit.
When I was a young tenderoni, I'm alpha female, so I kind of like a man to put me in my place a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you alpha
See-
as hell, baby.
See,
There
okay.
you go.
But this is when you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff because they misconstrue. Yes, most women we want you to take lead. We want a man to take lead. That is
Right.
sexy. Okay.
Yeah.
But that don't mean I want you to beat me up. So you
Right.
gotta be. It's like we have to be careful with how we word things. Like, yeah, I want you to check me when I'm doing, but it's the way you check me. Like, don't get beside yourself. Don't get violent when you checking me. But get me together when I need to be.
Because the more
Do you
and more
watch
it
Marriage-
goes
Oh,
on,
sorry.
the more and more it goes on, the more and more shit gonna start happening, and it leads to shit like
That's what I was gonna say.
that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna tell y'all. So when I was younger, I was in a relationship just like that,
Oh.
and then it was slowly, you know, we would take. Can I get a little spicy? Am I allowed to get spicy on the podcast?
Yeah, go
with y'all?
ahead. Be you.
So we would get a little spicy in the bedroom with it, and then I think it started slowly but surely exiting the bedroom into regular ass life. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up, what's
Oh.
going on? I was like, what are you doing? Like, that's cool when we, you know, knocking it out in the bedroom, but you really out here thinking you can put hands on me in the hallway.
You ain't look. You ain't choking me in the hallway. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, am I sending the wrong message? So that's when I realized.
So when I said choke me, daddy, I meant firmly, not aggressively.
Shoot, I'm slipping away
Gabe,
from life.
Gabe, you got any last comment on that topic? You still there?
Gabe, go.
I guess not. So, but okay. So we gonna move on from that one. The point is, men, if she causes you to want to put hands on her, leave alone. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just it.
If she like that type of shit, don't deal with her.
Leave her. Run. That's the girl that's gonna blow up your car. If she like that kind of stuff, that's the girl that's gonna blow up your car.
Goddamn right.
So,
That's crazy.
run for the hills. But in our last little relationship topic I want to touch on because of the mental health aspect of it is Kanye West. And even though it's not necessarily black love, I know it's still a very important topic because we deal with that a lot in our community, is mental health with relationships. And Kanye is showing a full-on bipolar episode, okay, manic episode. He is, at the max of it, whatever. And doing that, he's saying private stuff about their relationship. He's saying hurtful stuff about the relationship. He's saying he's trying to distance himself from that relationship, and that makes it, as that other person, a hard thing to deal with. I feel like in our community, because we a lot of times don't deal with diagnosing mental illness, we've always just kind of dealt with all of that toxic, all of that negative, behaviors, and just dealt with it and made it, normalize it like it's okay. That's just what relationships go through. What do y'all feel about that situation?
You want to touch on it first, Bailey?
Oh, yeah. What happened to Gabe?
I don't know.
Ooh. That boy needs a better internet. All right, so
I'm here. I'm listening.
We were asking you
Okay.
questions and you didn't know. You checked out. Don't lie.
What question did y'all ask? I did not hear it.
Boy, bye.
That nigga took a cat nap.
I know.
He dozed off like a motherfucker.
Looking bad.
You can't see him already.
Home internet. I didn't hear you. I would have definitely answered. Y'all know I ain't scared of no questions. Come on,
I
man.
asked you a direct question and you was mute, but we moved on
Yeah.
now.
We moved on now. Okay. Well, I can go first on the Kanye situation.
yeah.
I feel like Kanye has not been the same since his mother passed.
Exactly.
I had one of my friends say he hasn't been the same since Amber Rose left him, but I don't think that's the case. It's when his mom passed, we lost that old Kanye. Like Kanye was like Kendrick Lamar 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He was making great music. And he relied on his mom a lot. I don't think he was prepared for that. And I think it was a sudden death too. So he just was not prepared for her to leave. So what we're seeing now is grief gone unchecked or uncontrolled. You know what I'm saying? And this is, I feel like when he acts out like this, it's an extension of like he's saying he needs help. And I shout out to Dave Chappelle. He hopped on a plane and went and checked on Kanye. No one else did.
But what
Dave
about,
Chappelle-
but Gabe,
So
what about the relationship aspect of it all? Like how he's acting out. I mean, whether you want to say it's by his bipolar or grief or whatever, what about how his actions and behaviors are affecting his relationship?
I mean, of course, listen, she's a Kardashian, so we know how toxic they can be. And I do think it's affecting the relationship for sure, but I think she had a part in driving him crazy.
I started thinking Gabe was a part of the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
We gotta start calling him Spanky, okay?
Y'all don't think the Kardashians are toxic? Like
I mean,
they get their hands on loses their mind. Travis Scott, the only one ain't lost his mind, and it's just a matter of time.
She's not a
It's a hell of a coincidence.
Well, that's right. But she's a part of the family. The Jenner
yeah, no, I was just about to say maybe that's why. Maybe it's just the Kardashians.
Every black guy those Kardashians get their hands on loses their mind.
Gay, you get so distracted away from the topic. I'm not worried about them Kardashians.
But you're saying the relationship aspect. But I mean, he's married to a Kardashian. So, when we say and we're focusing on the relationship, right? Yeah, it definitely does affect the relationship. Listen. I don't.
Wait a minute, was he with a Kardashian when he snatched Taylor Swift's mic out of her
No,
hand?
he was with Amber Rose because he's been breaking down ever since his mom died.
Yeah, he's been breaking down.
Was he with one when he said George Bush don't care about
No,
black
he
people?
wasn't with anybody. He was with a black that Delta, I think, when he said that about George Bush.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to make a point. That's all.
Thank you, Bailey.
Bailey, I can't wait till tomorrow.
Make it hard for me, Gabe. Making it hard for me, Gabe.
No, because you getting distracted. It's not about who. It's not. It wasn't really. I use them as an example because again, they're just the celebrities in the spotlight. But the topic was really about just mental health and relationships. and
Yeah,
how
mental
and
health
dealing with those breakdowns, those behaviors, whatever it is, in the midst of being in a relationship with somebody, and how, like I
Okay, I
said,
got you. I got you. I
for
got
the most part, in for Black America, we were not diagnosing ourselves, so we were just dealing with these behaviors with no idea of where it's coming from, and not identifying where it's not even trying to, just normalizing this behavior as, well, it's just stuff that happens in a relationship, and you just either
I
deal.
got you. I got you.
Now, see,
I got
like you say, he probably he'll need that therapy. And I even talking to my partner about this, what I'm saying, the other day, and I was telling him that he probably need therapy.
I would say he needs therapy, but he
it was
gotta
about
want it.
some other shit. But by ever since he lost his mom, like Gabe said, ever since he lost his mom, everything been a downhill since then.
Yeah,
And I think that's probably the person that always kept him comfortable and relaxed. The person he probably talked to was his safe haven, whatever. And I think she
Right.
kept everything in check for him. And then once he lost that, he didn't feel comfortable. To me, he didn't feel comfortable talking to probably anybody else on that level, or anybody who understood him like that, to check him and all that shit. So now he just lashing out all type of ways instead of seeking help. And then on top of dealing with a high profile celebrity of that caliber, it all intertwines with each other. So it's
Again.
Yeah,
They
so
would
let me
just
answer
think-
that question. Can I answer?
Go
Can I
ahead,
answer the
let me
question?
go ahead.
Look. So, like, I'll give you guys some personal about me. For example, I have OCD. Like, I was in the Air Force, legit got diagnosed with OCD. And when they basically told me, so now I'm out the military, and I go to the VA for it or whatever. And once I learned what OCD does to you, I started realizing, oh my gosh, this is what the issue has been in my past relationships. Because with OCD, because you're too busy dealing like with your obsessive things in your mind, like being neat or putting things in place. You got to think about it. If you wake up every morning dealing with your mind, you get frustrated. So like in relationships or friendships, when someone, like, for example, does something to me, I popped off real quick because I didn't realize it, but I was frustrated all fucking day. So as soon as I had sorry, can I cuss?
Yeah, go ahead. I let people be themselves.
Okay. So as soon as like there was an opportunity for me to pop off with somebody, I would do it, and I would do it well. My tongue lashings, I got championship jerseys in the rafters with my damn tongue lashings. Okay. I'm talking.
So how did your
all-star.
husband handle your OCD?
That's what I'm saying. So I didn't know that's what it was at first. So oh no, I've been married before, but right now I'm engaged now. I'm not married.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
I just was letting it go, girl. I mean, because I practically am. That's why I let it ride. He be calling me wifey.
okay. Well, how does Hub?
But so right now he understands it because I've known about it when I met him. But my ex, I didn't know what it was, so he just thought I was fucking just mean as hell, I guess. But he knows now because we have a son together, and he's like, "Oh, that makes sense." So now with my current man, I tell him so he can understand. Okay, I understand. So he tries to do things around me to make me not like flip the fuck out about things that are out of place and shit.
So, and thank you so much, baby, because I feel like they got distracted by the celebrity status.
Yeah. Well, but one more thing. Can I say one more thing? One thing about OCD is you don't trust a lot. Like you always questioning people. You always because you overthink and you question people's intentions and things like that. So that was another issue in my relationships. I would always, I always have my head on swivel when I really didn't need to.
See, too much.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the idea is, or I mean, the point is, it's that understanding that, okay, this is another component of this person that's going to make this relationship, that is going to make it harder, point blank, period. But is there a breaking point? Is there an understandable breaking point? And the reason why, like I said, I only use Kanye because he's the celebrity at the forefront of this right now, because he is that person who has admitted himself that he has or bipolar, whatever, but he doesn't want treatment. So he doesn't want treatment. He doesn't want to be on medication. He doesn't want to do this. He's currently going through a phase now of refusing treatment, refusing this, that, and the other, and he's breaking down. So in a relationship, I'm saying, when do you as a person say, you know what, I do have to look out for me, my children. I have to start, I'm trying my best to love you and support you, but
yeah, if you don't want to get help and do the shit that you need to take necessary steps of getting help, you can't blame your partner for safety measures.
Even if it's a marriage.
Yeah, because at the same time, like, he wasn't like that before her. It ain't like she got into it knowing he was like just this full blown
He-
like this.
He's
Okay.
always a little weird.
Like ever since
He was okay.
no, he was always outspoken and all or whatever, you know what I'm saying, case may be.
I was like, he was always extra. In
yeah,
some kind
but
of way.
he
Yeah.
went extra to this level
Yeah,
until
because now it's full blown.
until you know what I'm saying. And this now to me that been like, woo, this too much, especially if you don't want to get no help either. It's like,
Right.
what more can I do if you don't want to get no help? Because you gotta want to get help first for order for me to even try to help you and shit too. If you don't want to
feel
get
like,
help,
man, look.
how can I help you? You know what I'm saying? And so only way I can deal with it is start protecting me and our siblings. I mean, and our kids that we have together. You know,
She better
so-
leave. I feel like women have left men for less. Leave.
She said it's time to go.
Go.
Black man, what you say? See
As far as her needing to leave,
about the relationship, like when you're dealing with someone with mental illness, if they're in that place now where they're not trying to get help.
I've dated someone who had mental issues.
I know you say you got a lot of
I say
stories.
a lot. Didn't
Oh shit.
And if that person doesn't want to get help, and if they don't, because it all starts with them, there's only so much I can do as the partner. You know what I'm saying? I can encourage you to get help. I can try to be there for you, talk you through it. But you, as the individual with the issue, has to resolve the issue. There's only so much I can do.
But do you feel like it changes at all because they're married versus dating? No. He said that.
No.
Yeah, no.
I ain't afraid of divorce. Like if folks get crazy when you get married and you try to help them and they don't want to get help, it's time to go. It's time to divorce. You got to charge them to the game.
Yep.
All right. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, babe?
I said, simple as that.
Oh,
Sometimes people feel like they need to stay for mental illness because they feel sorry for them.
Exact-
Or they feel guilty.
Yeah. If I leave you, nobody else, you know what I'm saying, gonna be there for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, but you can't let
but
that.
see, that's where therapy for you comes into place because it's all about boundaries. And yes, I understand someone has mental health issues and they do deserve your support. But as everyone has said, it does start with you. If you're not trying to help yourself, how can I support you? I can't do it. There's nothing I can do for you. It starts with you. So that whole manipulation of, oh, you're leaving someone at their, no, they gotta want it.
Yeah. Then
You
you say,
know?
motherfucker, do you know what I've been through? I'm at a breaking point now. So it's
Especially when you have kids, but I just know it gets trickier, I feel like, to some or a lot or most, whatever, when it is a marriage as opposed to just dating someone that has issues.
Yeah.
Because you do feel more committed in a marriage. But, I do wish the best for them, and hopefully, they all get the help that they need. However, that is the end of our show. I do want to thank you so much. We went over, so it's not abrupt. We went over, but I do want to thank you so much to our guest hosts, our co-hosts, our fam, Ms. Bailey, and Mr. Gabe. Are you still there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask y'all if y'all had any closing words y'all wanted to leave on.
Bailey, you can go first.
Oh, just want to thank y'all for having me on. Instagram's a beautiful place where you can meet a lot of different people, and I enjoy connecting with you guys. Y'all should check out That's Real podcast.
Thank you. I was about to say, I hope we put it's up there. So make sure you follow her handle, the That's Real, and they when do y'all drop episodes?
Tuesdays at midnight.
Tuesday on what?
Pacific. We're on the best coast over here.
Oh, girl. But where can they find your podcast?
Oh, it's on Apple, Spotify, all the main platforms. Just type in That's Real, and we should pop up.
And that's what's up. And what
Yes, ma'am.
about you, Mr. Gabe?
All right, Donnie, thanks for having me. Diamond Lounge, y'all be chopping it up, man. Y'all shows are always really good. For anyone that's wanting to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at Ultimate Black Man. I also have a YouTube channel, Ultimate Black Man Radio. You will see the logo of Malcolm X and the microphone. You'll know it when you see it.
Lord.
You can also find me on Spotify. I do have a podcast where I need to upload another one, but I just started like quote unquote officially podcasting. But I come from YouTube.
So most of my stuff is on YouTube, but we building up the Spotify and the Apple podcast and all that. So you can find me there. And tomorrow I have a show at I think it's 2 p.m. Pacific. I'm doing one with Bailey actually.
Yes.
So y'all come
Yes,
check that out
sir. Yes, ma'am.
tomorrow. Me and her, I got a lot to say to Bailey. So
I'm about to rip him to smithereens.
Yeah, I'm definitely checking that out. I'm rooting for you, Bailey.
Yes, ma'am.
Me
Check
and
that
Bailey
out.
we gonna really get into it tomorrow. So it's gonna be a good show. We're gonna have a good time. Y'all come through and check me out. And just thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, same
Donnie,
here.
you always looking out for me. I really appreciate
No,
that.
like I said, thank y'all for coming. And Bailey, you're definitely gonna have fun on his show. He is a trip. You know,
I hope I can see him.
right? Oh, he likes to do stuff undercover, but you know,
Oh.
Y'all gonna leave me alone.
Scrap. What you got? Any closing words?
Now, thanks for y'all, coming on our show. You know what I'm saying? It was some good wording that, what I'm saying, y'all, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Opinions. That's what. Good opinions that y'all done had, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to have y'all on here, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, we can see y'all again.
Y'all wrote our 50th show, so that's important. Like, we about to hype this up. Y'all gonna see us posting this like all week long. So be ready. Share.
Turn up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we gonna
break the knob.
We gonna put y'all on blast. So y'all gonna see y'all names tagged like a 50 million times. So be ready for that. So, but until next time, people, thank you for tuning in. And of course, as always,
Peace out.
Say
Drop the diamonds.
say the words. Bye, y'all.
All right.
You gotta say it. You can't just be nipple twisted. Like.